Hello, 2000 back with another video. So this video is going to be a pretty quick one. It's going to be a $40 Walmart kit worth the price. I mean Walmart, Amazon kit. You can find these cheap Amazon kits with a lot of lures for like 40 bucks, 30 bucks, and that's got a ton of stuff. But I'm going to show you my honest opinion about that. If it's worth the thing, I kind of test them if these bad already, so I know what the game here. So, and I'm going to show you what it's got, and then after I show everything got, I'm going to show my first impression, and then after I'm going to do my recap. So first of all, let's start here with some little looks like grub and thing. Comes a little grub here. Honestly, they're pretty small. Like you put on your line, for finished fish. But honestly, these look pretty cheap. They're pretty stuffed plastic. I mean, got a good profile, so maybe you can catch fish with these, but they don't have any sense. Feel like only plastic. Oh, thing fell. The same thing for these little crickets. Again, they have no action whatsoever. Just a hard piece of tube. Again, profile can work in clear water, but then that I don't know if it will work. I'm going to show you more plastic here. I got here some grubs. You can see here some grub. I gotta say these are super cheap. You can see the tail doesn't even like move. Is that cheap? Yeah, very cheap thing. Doesn't have any action whatsoever. The tail is not aggressive, doesn't move, so I don't think this will have any action. If you, the only way it's would have a big weight, and that I don't think will work. Everything is here, some tubes. Honestly, this tube doesn't feel too cheap. They got a little softness, so it's a pretty good profile, I guess, for clear water or a little, or like in salt water. But no, don't know if I will use them. I think I got some grub. Yeah, these feel so cheap. You can see these yellow, like gold, like transparent gold. Like honestly, Alex Byron, the tail is very like cheap, very hard. You can see I move it, barely have any actions compared to like very high plastic. That would way better action. Very stiff. Let's see what else I got here. Do I got yep. And then here I got 4 more plastic in this like assortment here. Why does this thing keep falling? Oh, it's because it's not in the thing anymore. But anyway, here I got something here. A little minnow. I gotta say this minnow, honestly, the profile does look good. I'm sure I can catch fish with these in clear water or whatever. But again, the plastic just so stiff. Like I didn't know these cheap swim bait, they feel pretty much the same. They feel very cheap and stuff. I don't know if it will be worth the price, but I got some of these right here nonetheless. Very clear. Some of these crawl, I can say these crawl look very, the design of this bear very trash. You can see this is just a flat crawl with even no like, it's not even thick, so it won't have any action, it will never move. This is just a piece of hard plastic, and it's very thin, so it won't have any action. And with a crawl, you want to be realistic. You want to have a heft to the bait. So you want to be like all the bodies and stuff like that. This thing is just a piece of plastic trash. So I got that. Some worm here. I can see this one doesn't feel too bad. They get a little bit of action, just a little bit softness, but again, pretty expiring. But again, they're somewhat decent. Or meh. And then here I got some swim, but I can see these feel super cheap. You can see they haven't had any action. The tail is just so hard. Don't really recommend these. Super hard. Even with, I don't even think this will like move some water. But I got that for the hard bait again. I got it for the soft bait again. And these are very cheap. Very cheap plastic. But now here, let's start with the spoons. I'm gonna show you some stuff. So first I got 2 spinner here. I don't know what this, but I got 2 spinner. I guess I recognize real already. The blade is very thin. The wire is very thin. The metal here is just so thin, so cheap. So this thing feels like very cheap. I got a little feather hook, which is not bad, and the hook are actually pretty sharp, which is pretty decent. I gotta say, these for me are better than soft plastic. They will somewhat catch fish. I will have a little bit of action. Again, not the best quality, but I guess they're pretty low quality for spinner. But they're not horrible. I think you can still catch fish with these. And then here I got some spoon. I got some of these, and I gotta say, Doesn't look too bad. It got a little bit of heft to it. You can see. It doesn't look, again, the more premium one, but I think you can catch fish with these. These look somewhat decent, heavy. These one, a little bit less, but still. As you can see, I like about these, they come with a feather hook, so for more finicky fish and stuff like that, it can be very decent. I like kind of style of this spoon, like more like a twisted one. I think it's pretty decent one, pretty nice. But then these one, oh yeah, these one feel very cheap right off the bat. So yeah, these are not these are normally to be a wobbler, but with a wobbler, you want it to be very heavy so you can throw it far and have a big action in the water that's going to move a lot of water. Compared to the Swedish spoons, these are even lighter, so it's even better because Swedish spoon you want it to be a little bit more light, so more like natural action, but it's like pure action, and yeah, again the design is pretty cool, but I guess I'm not too a fan about these. I mean the hook of these feel very sharp, which is very surprising, but I gotta say the spoon itself not too good. So what's that for the spoon? Again, they're pretty meh at best. They're pretty decent. I mean, they're decent at mid, you know. They're mid at decent, honestly. They're pretty mid, honestly, the spoon. But now I'm going to show you two things. They come with some steel leaders. Two steel leaders, which, again, feel pretty normal. They come with a ton of jig head, of split ring, of brass sinkers, some EWG. I can see these look pretty decent. I'm sure I can use these for stuff. And then here I got a pair of pliers, which I don't know what this thing is, but it's a pair of pliers nonetheless. Again, feel very cheap, but you can still use it. It got a little bit of heads. I think I can use these. Maybe I'll use them. And then here, let's start with the hard bed. And now this one, I'm going to trash this. Look at this thing. This feels so trash. You can see right everywhere I see the profile. This ain't very trash. First of all, this thing is so light. Normally with more quality bead, you will see more color bait. First of all, and the second of all, the paint it's all the same. This holographic finish were pretty cheap, and I'm sure you can rip off these easily. You can see I already some crash here. I never use it. I already some crash. I'm sure you can rip off these easily. You can see right there. Only touch it and this thing come out, so it's not durable paint whatsoever. It's not handmade paint, it's not heaven made, so this is very cheap. The plastic is very cheap. The hook are this thing sharp than the other one, but this and the problem of this thing is that this thing is not tuned. So when you take a bottle of water and most of cheap bear and a tune, so have to tune it like this thing is moving. So don't even talk about the good action, because if this thing is moving, won't have any action. But anyway, it's not tuned whatsoever. And the other thing that I hate about this is the lip. Look at these, how fake the lip is. This is going to very slow down your action. Even that, I'm sure that these cheap babe being that light, most of the time they not shaking the water will tend to stand that to sit on their sides, which is very annoying. And they're not tuned whatsoever, so I'm going to pinwheel like that. So yeah, I'm not impressed about. Even this is a pretty good bluegill color. It's pretty cheap. And the worst one is, like I saw, are these Lopez crankbait. This is so cheap, and normally with Lopez crankbait you want to be a little bit heavy so you can throw it far and can sink to the water. But this thing, I don't even know. I'm sure it won't even sink to the water. I'm sure it will just stay on the surface because that light. Got some pretty decent rattle, but again the bait are just so cheap. It's not inspiring whatsoever. Again, you can see that we have like a pack here on the thing. I never use it, so again, pretty cheap. Then here I got a top water, which again feel the same thing. I got a little. It looks like a walking bay, honestly, and I got here a little bit of like mouth of thing, but again, it's like pretty cheap. Looks like it's pretty cheap. I mean, can still catch free fish. I might be using these in pound and stuff like that, but for normal like finish fishing, I would never use these. Never catch fish with these. And then here, for me, the I don't know. Never mind. It's still another. Oh yeah, this bait. Now I'm going to show you what the definition of really cheap bait. So again, they're all the same thing, right? But look, all this thing, the lip is big. So this big with this big is going to not even dive into the water. It's going to be so cheap action, so like uninspiring, just going to roll, not tune whatsoever. Again, crankbait, but look pretty terrible. I mean turbo, not terrible, but pretty like mid-low, honestly, for a crankbait. For pretty mid-low honestly quality. They're very mid in the low range. Like they're mid in the low, but that's it. You know, never. The only thing is good about these are the hook, honestly. So I got that. And then last but not least, the what honestly the most surprising thing about this skin are these popper, which I got it covered. I think these I would use. The only thing I would use honestly, first of all, the yeah, the holographic finish is the same, but the paint job looks some real paint compared to the other one. Looks some I've got a fade. This one looks some real paint, which is gonna be more durable. You can see it doesn't have any scratches. The thing is that this thing feels somewhat decent, heavy to the other one, and the mouth look pretty deep, so I think you have some nice and you can see you got some exits have moved water, so I think this popper is going to work. Again, it's not going to be like a rebel popper or whatever, but it's going to do some action. It's going to get you some fish if the bass are hungry, I'm sure of that. But again, it does the best popper, no, but honestly these are pretty they're pretty mid low high quality popper. For me, they're close to like a Conor Cordell pop bait, so it's pretty nice for that price, honestly. So on the Virgin, it is worth the bucks. Well, if you're someone that really wants to get a lot of stuff, and you want to try every kind of fish and just start fishing, and you really don't care about the quality, you just want to have a bunch of stuff, yeah, for sure this may be a good option for you if you just want to use tackles and stuff. If you just want to use any kind of thing, yeah, sure, try it out. It will be just funny and fun for you to try. But for a professional angler, or like just someone that knows fish in general, I won't recommend them. For 40 bucks, again, I can get way better stuff for the price. Yeah, I will get as much, but I can get way better stuff for way better quality. And even if I got as much stuff, it's going to last for way longer. So yeah, as I forgot, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Again, I'm going to see another one. Bye.